Today, we are diving into the never-ending drama surrounding Linc Edochie and his ex-girlfriend Yinka Theisen. Honestly, this story just keeps unfolding like Nollywood series. Every day, Yinka is dropping one new revelation on the other about what went down when they were together. And this time, the gist she brought out has gotten people talking even more. For those who may not know the backstory, Linc Edochie is the elder brother of Yul Edochie. Linc has always been a bit more quiet, staying away from controversies, until his girlfriend Yinka started speaking out. Yinka claimed that during their relationship, Linc opened up to her privately about family issues, his living condition and his frustrations. But now, since their breakup, she has been exposing those personal conversations. This has sparked debate online, some saying she's bitter, others are saying she's just telling her truth, and some people feel like she's crossing the line by exposing private matters. Yinka wrote, and I read, "Love is about giving. It does not matter who gives in a relationship. I am not a woman who likes to see men emasculated. However, it is wrong, especially in the African society that wants to share a woman's knacking powerness. For an ex to stoop low into sharing private content, especially an old one. Our children are on social media. Linc Edochie was very close to my daughter. It was my daughter he called when he wanted the size of my ring. He wanted to surprise me. That young girl who accepted you into our life cried after you blocked her shamelessly. You were afraid of online bullies. You wanted to please your older brother or Rita. You used me to prove you are a man. A man the whole family looked down on at almost 50. You are still sharing a home with your old parents. You shared with me that you were sick of it. Even said if you come to America, you will not visit Nigeria for over 10 years. I archive all my text messages in cloud. Remember, I scolded you and said your parents are old and I will not allow it. After being so good to you, in return, you had no empathy for me. Your desire to cause me harm was stronger than anything." Now, Yinka coming out to say all this private conversation Linc allegedly shared with her could, be more harmful than people are noticing at first glance. She's not just talking about Linc as a person. She's dragging his family relationship into it. According to Yinka, Linc said he feels looked down on by every member of his family. That alone paints a picture of disunity and tension in a Dutch household. And then she went further to say he complained about still living with his aged parents at almost 50 years old and that he's tired of that. She claimed that he even told her once he gets to America, he won't come back to Nigeria for as long as 10 years. Now, think about that. If these words really came from Linc and they get back to his family, especially his parents, how would they feel? Imagine elderly parents hearing that their son is sick of staying with them and that his plan is to run off to abroad and avoid them for a decade. That's painful. No parents want to hear that from their child. And to add to it, Yinka, positioned herself as the voice of reason. In her story, she said she reprimanded Linc, that she told him his parents have been good to him, that they are old now and he should have empathy for them instead of resentment. Now, by saying this publicly, she's painting a picture that Linc is ungrateful, that he has no heart for his own parents, and that she, Yinka, is the one with compassion. So the question is, what exactly is Yinka trying to achieve by saying all this? Is she trying to protect her own image and, so that people will see her as a good person? Or is she trying to damage the reputation Linc has built and his bond with his family so that, they will see him as an ungrateful and selfish son? Or is she simply trying to stay relevant by keeping these confession stories going, dropping piece after piece of private gist? The more she talks, the more the narrative shifts. Instead of people seeing Linc as a responsible family man, her words are painting him as someone who is bitter, resentful, and even disrespectful to his parents. But here is the tricky part. Once family matter becomes public gist, they are very hard to mend. Even if Linc tries to explain later, people will always remember what Yinka said. His family might also start looking at him differently, even if they don't show it outwardly. That's why people believe Yinka, might be doing this to harm Linc, to create a rift between him and his family, and to damage his reputation in the eyes of the public. Because when you expose somebody's private complaints about his own family, you are not just attacking the person, you are touching the very foundation of their relationship. And that's exactly what makes this revelation very serious. Now, apart from the family gist Yinka dropped, she also came out with even more damaging claims about Linc. And honestly, if you put them all together, it's clear she's trying to shake his reputation. First, she said people have been saying she's old and she's grandma, she's older than Linc. According to her, Linc lied about his real age, and she only discovered the truth when she was preparing papers for him. If that's true, it means Linc wasn't honest with her. And in relationship, once age becomes a topic of deception, trust issues are bound to follow, But beyond the relationship side, this kind of, accusation can affect how people see Linc in the industry and in the public eyes. We live in a society where age often ties to respect, maturity, and even more opportunities. So when someone claims you falsify your age, people start questioning your credibility in other areas too. Yinka claimed that Linc is financially insecure and that he was depending on her for everything. Now, that one is heavy. In Nigeria, especially, men are often judged by their ability to provide and be financially stable. For her to say publicly that he leaned on her financially makes him look even weak in the eyes of many, whether fair or not. We know how society works. People respect men who are independent, who can hold their own. If Yinka West gain ground, the respect people once had for Linc could, take a big hit. Instead of seeing him as the strong elder brother in the Edochie's family, people may start seeing him as someone struggling to stand on his feet, relying on women to carry him. And let's be real, once the public perception shifts, it is hard to repair. Even if Linc comes out tomorrow and says it's not true, a lot of people will still believe Yinka's version because she's presenting herself as an insider who knows the real Linc. The most damaging part is that these three claims, are all struck directly at a man's pride and public respect. And this is why people are saying Yinka is not just talking out of pain. She's actually aiming Linc, stripping away the respect people used to give him and leaving him open to ridicule.
Announced online degenerated into this hate, because that's what it has become, hatred between me and Linc. And to make you guys understand, it was not my wish. It was just, when you deal with a man who's very insecure about himself, when you deal with a man who's not financially stable, who relies on you, it's like no matter what you do, he'll keep seeing you as some person who's out to get him. And that's how it was. Those of you who have insulted me about our age difference, I'm here to tell you that Linc lied about his age. I only found out about his age in May.
The funniest part of all this, Yinka says she has more to expose, meaning this dragging is not ending anytime soon. This is just the beginning of the movie, and Linc is the main character, whether he likes it or not. At this point, Linc is really in for it, because once an S makes it a mission to reveal your private gist, it becomes like a series. And honestly, you can imagine what is going on through Linc's mind right now. Regret, serious regret. He will be thinking, why did I even get involved with Yinka in the first place? Because everything he thought he shared in confidence is now becoming content for the public. The sad part is that the more she talks, the more difficult it becomes for him to defend himself. Even if he denies, people will still say, but why is she so confident? Why does she have so much details? That's the danger of opening up to the wrong person. So yes, Yinka is not done, and she's making sure everyone knows it. For Linc, this is turning into one long season of regret. And the audience, which is the public, is not even blinking. They are waiting for the next bombshell. Really, this is funny. Truly, Linc is in for a long ride with this one. This is really Wahala Pro Max. So this is the much we take on this. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And as we come to the end of this video, kindly subscribe to my channel. Like, share, and leave your comments in the comment section. I will see you in my next video. But before then, don't forget to stay safe, remain kind, and mind your mental health. And mind what to tell to people around you. Bye, and remain blessed.